The city of Modena and its province line the territory of the Padana Plain, a particularly flourish area in northeast Italy, at the very center of an ideal triangle joining Bologna to Milan and Verona. Here, people like Ferrari and Pavarotti were born, symbols of a double vocation for mechanics and singing, industry and art. Creativity and reason put together have produced in less than 40 years one of the most advanced realities of our country, with a median income per person of around $18,500, one of the richest in the nation. An unemployment level of just 4.1% against the 10.4% of Europe, and a degree of industrialization equal to 21.3% against the European 12.2%. Social services are also greatly quoted for schooling, health and assistance, all qualities which, together with a high level of culture and a vast selection of theatres, libraries and sports centres, make Modena a fully entitled European city, at the centre of the communication roads to the continent.
Modena ha conosciuto in questi 50 anni uno sviluppo straordinario, passando da una realtà...
In the last 50 years, Modena has developed from a mainly agricultural centre into a city where, for every 5 active inhabitants, there is one industrial firm. A remarkable feat. I believe that this is the result of a great capacity for work and the spirit of work itself.
E adesione al valore del lavoro, la straordinaria capacità creativa e originalità.
The business class, cooperating with the City Council and other institutions in the area, has made possible a well-balanced industrial expansion, combining the quality of life and conditions favorable for development.
Urbano equilibrato ha una buona qualità del vivere sociale e anche alle condizioni di sviluppo produttivo.
Modena is part of a highly integrated multi-centre system. The 180,000 inhabitants in the city centre become 300,000 within a 15-minute travel range, and above 1 million just half an hour from the centre. Production plants are distributed in a balanced manner, with different specialised centres just minutes from the city. Large industries for the production of cars, agricultural machinery and tractors, industrial machinery and plants are all within its territory. An original feature is the industrial districts, hundreds of small and medium-sized companies with a vast range of products divided among specialised areas, such as knitwear in Carpi, ceramics in Sassuolo, and mechanics in Modena. In the main city, the average industry size is 8 employees. And in the surrounding territory, manufacturing industry provides work for over 120,000 employees, with more than 15,000 plants and workshops. This is the result of an extraordinary industrialization process, which regarding development and occupation in Italy has placed Modena in the top position. How did this happen?
The system is quite simple. The council, thanks to its real and institutional power, purchases the necessary land, makes roads, sewage and all urban structures needed in order to make use of the ground. Buildable plots are then sold to industries, craftsmen or commercial activities at cost price. This way, the council or consortium doesn't earn on the sale and allows all purchasing enterprises to save between 30 and 50% on market prices.
The economies of the territories on purchase costs allow the council to offer much lower sale prices than those than private offers, savings ranging from 30 to 50%. High demand and competitive prices also allow rapid stock collocation.
In 40 years, this system has realized over 400 hectares of territory for industries and factories, and about 1,000 companies have settled in these areas. This policy has been shared by several other cities in northeastern Italy, although Modena has developed it in an original and efficient way.
Investments can be fully auto-financed. In the lack of public finance burdens, the offer can extend with no limits, while demand lasts.
In the last 20 to 25 years of its maximum development, Modena has grown in size 6 times, while its population has increased by 2/3. The demand for urban areas to allow the continued growth of the city has therefore been extraordinary.
The problem was where to locate large firms and small firms who were growing very fast and who asked for land in a substantial way. The answer was that not to confine the large and small firms within the boundaries of Modena municipality, but to involve in the process another 11 small municipalities around Modena, so that the location of firms could be more in equilibrium with the location of the workers, so that the firms were to be moved towards the workers and not the other way around. So the consortium was set up, in which Modena municipality and the other 11 municipalities were on an equal standing. The consortium worked rather smoothly and in friendship, and the organization of new industrial areas was pretty effective.
The consortium has provided for industries and small businesses over an extension of 2,400,000 square meters, divided into 5 centers. Modena has the widest, 1.5 million square meters, and is specialized in mechanic engineering, part manufacturing and components. The Castelnuovo Rangoni area is specialized in meat butchery and preparation, while in the Campo Galliano area are located all services related to the transportation of goods.
The consortium introduced an innovation, a fairly important innovation. Instead of assigning to the single firms a lot of land on which to build a shed, they built a huge shed, up to 10,000 square meters big, in which sections were cut and given to single firms. A portion, the whole big shed was apportioned among the tens of firms who were to be located within the shed. The system had 2 advantages. The first one was that the cost went down dramatically, and the second one was that the area given to a single firm could be increased or decreased according to the need of the firms and what was happening to the nearby firms who were in turn increasing or decreasing as well. So the system was guaranteed good prices and was fairly flexible.
The council entrusts building contractors, chosen by tender, for the realization of large industrial estates to house dozens of small laboratories, having agreed in the first place both characteristics and sale price. Access priority is given to companies by means of classification by the council. This policy has provided the availability of an area covering millions of square meters, in which 650 companies, whose dimensions vary from 100 to 100 square meters, have settled. Low ground and construction costs have meant savings equal to $600 million for all companies settled in the district. All this without burdening public finances. Availability of low-cost premises has also increased company investment capacity, with relevant advantages in terms of productivity and occupation, as well as promoting birth and development of several new enterprises.
My company, Montanari Giulio SRL, employs 51 people and has a turnover of $16 million. We produce lift hoisting winches using the most advanced technologies. 80% of our production is exported. We presently export to 56 countries all over the world. All of this thanks to the collaboration of my wife, who looks after the commercial part of our activity, and my son, who will guarantee the continuity of the company. I used to work as an employee in the engineering sector. Then, in 1967, I decided to work on my own. I started the turning activity in a garage, only 16 meters big. 2 years later, the council made available plots at very realistic rates, which allowed savings of between 30 and 40% compared with market prices. This way, I could afford a workshop of 800 square meters. In 1983, we moved our activity onto another area made available by the Consortium of Modena Council and reached the present dimension of 9,000 square meters. Modena Council has undoubtedly given a strong helping hand in the development of my company.
60% of companies relocated in these areas have trebled their premises ground surface. Employees have increased by 44%, and working machineries have more than doubled. The Council's policy in favour of enterprise and small industry has therefore created an efficient mix of private and public planning, an obstacle to oligopolistic formations, an urban expansion that follows rational and quality criteria.
I processi di internazionalizzazione dell'economia e la competizione a scala.
The situation in Modena, with globalization of industrial processes and external competition, creates new challenges and the need for radical change. So we are committed to improving infrastructures, particularly with regard to communications and the distribution of goods, so as to create favorable conditions for the economy of Modena, together with services for industry.
Per l'economia modenese e l'attività delle imprese. Contemporaneamente siamo attenti a sviluppare politiche di servizi alle imprese.
We now have to evaluate its dynamic characteristics, as well as insert new resources, able to increase the potential of an economic and social system more and more open to foreign markets.
We are also planning large investments in human resources and in training for skills, which have been two of the factors governing the economic growth of Modena in recent years. So, we are establishing professional schools and strengthening the university. Both of these policies are directed to the requirements of industry. This, then, is our main need today. So we intend to participate in management training in order to allow controlled development of the stages of transformation and to improve the activity of local enterprises.
Miglioramento dell'attività delle imprese locali.